Some audience are saying it looks like a push. Do y'all agree? What do y'all think? Some say it looks like he socked her. He punched her with a closed fist. Do you agree? What do y'all think? What do we got here, fam? That was a husband, fam. He stepped up. The husband could have stepped in. I didn't know that was her husband. That was her husband. I don't let that happen. I don't let that happen. That was her husband, Miss Kitty Cat. Kitty Catty, MC. That was her husband. That's crazy, sis. All I can tell you is I've been with Mrs. Black. We've been together for a long time. I'm not going to allow my wife to argue with a man in my presence. I just won't let it happen. I won't let it happen. And for a lot of reasons. One of them is, I got this. Because if it does get physical, if I'm going to get involved in something physical with a man, I want it to be based on us two. I don't want to be, and that goes for anybody. I don't want to have to get physical and intervene in any situation that's going to put my life at risk or my freedom at risk unless it's something I initiate. But when somebody else is in an altercation, now you got to get involved. And if it's my wife, who knows how I'm going to go? I might go ballistic, and now I'm in jail. But me and another guy, we're making a decision. Somebody can seriously get hurt, somebody can be unalived, and somebody might lose their freedom. And these are all situations. And men understand, typically they understand the escalation of events and how that can happen. In my experience, sometimes women do not believe. I think sometimes women believe that men will not do certain things. And they push certain buttons that they might not even do with women. Thinking, hey, this guy's not that bad a guy. He knows he's bigger than me. He knows he's stronger than me. He's not going to do it. And men will do things. But I didn't know that was her husband. That's crazy. What do you guys think? Someone says she's an alleged drug dealer. Another piece of something I hadn't heard about, man. Is that true? She's a drug dealer? She said she couldn't leave her house because of Corey, not because of dealing. I'm confused, fam. It's amazing how this came out right after Anton and Corey's response. Yeah, it is amazing, isn't it? It almost seems like it's coordinated. Seems like coordinated activity. Someone says, hey, who says this? Opinionation. Open your nation. Open your nation. TMZ's late showing this footage. Was that a TMZ video? I hope not. Why she stay there if she's so scared? Good question. I don't know. Pain is lying for the bag. As I'm saying, man, you got to be so careful. You got to be so careful when you have anything to lose. Here goes one. Brina said, y'all might as well admit that it is something wrong with Corey. It's something wrong with Corey. You know what? I think he would agree with that. Everyone says that woman is problematic around Los Angeles. Push. Elizabeth said, look like a push to me. I mean, If you punch a woman, if you sock her, if you're a man, and Corey looked like he every bit of 275, 270. If you're a 270 pound, 6'3" black man, 200, if you are 6'3", 270, and you punch a woman in the face who ain't expecting it, how's she not fall? So that's why I'm like, I'm not sure what that was. So I'm open, like I don't know what that was, but I can still say, don't put your hands. We learned this when we kids, right? We learned this when we children, man. Don't put your hands on nobody. And if someone's words got you that upset, you got to get away. We all know how this goes. We all know the situation. We all know. If you get into an argument with anybody, if you're a man, we're supposed to know at our age, hopefully all men know this, but particularly if you're over 30, you got to know. If you get into an argument with a woman and she's saying all these things, whatever, the best thing to do, you should know by now, is get away. Get in your car, go for a walk, go for a jog, do something, get away. Right? That's what we know. Putting your hands on her may equal jail time. We all know this. Light slap. Katrina said, play it again, Tim. Let's play it again. Good idea, Katrina. See what I'm saying? Is that Marcus in the hat? That is Marcus. Look at Marcus. It's Marcus. Marcus' hat came off. That's Marcus falling. Fail. Marcus failed. Marcus like, God damn it, man, why I got to fall? I'm not even in it. Look at Marcus. Marcus guys have y'all know it's Marcus, right? I know Marcus. So Marcus right here, the looks like I can't tell the color because it's black and white. But the standing in front of Corey is Marcus from the show. And Marcus' hat, I'm watching other stuff about it now, y'all. Check this out. Look at Marcus. Hands in his pockets. Ain't not gonna happen. It's all good. They're just talking. Corey's walking up. Look at Marcus. Oh, no. Marcus, look, Marcus react like, hey. Where is her? Someone said her husband was there. Where is that her hand? Is that her hand coming up? Look, she got her hand, folks. Is that her hand in his eye? See her hand? Do y'all see her hand? Katrina, are you seeing this? Look at her hand in his face. Does she make contact? She has her finger pointed very close. And did she make contact? Did she make contact? One more time, check this out, guys. I cannot slow this down. But if I pause it, you can see it. Look, right there. That is her hand. That is very close to his head. It looks close from here. It's hard to tell how close it was because, of course, we are, from the vantage point that we are, it may be closer. It may appear closer than it is, but it looks pretty close. That's all I'm saying. I appreciate you, Katrina, telling me to play this again. I think contact was made. Contact was made initially by her. He walked over to her space, but his hands are down. His hands are down. He walks over. He's talking to her. She puts her hand up in his face. Fam, I did not expect to see this. Did he walk up on a woman? Yeah, but they're talking though. It appears to me that they're talking though. You can walk up to a woman if you're talking. I didn't see it the first time. I didn't see it either. I played it too quick. Didn't he walk up to her? Yeah, you can walk up on. I don't say he walked up on her. They're talking to each other. They're having a conversation. It's heated. He sounded like she's walking away. He's walking up behind her, walking up on her. Nah, they're having a conversation, talking to one another. And it looks like he walked up. His hands are by his waist. That's not threatening. Now, I don't know what's being said, fam. I have no idea what's being said. But yeah, okay? Her hand looks real close to his face, and his hands are down. Why is her hands in his face? Poor Marcus. Marcus, man. Why do I like the fact Marcus fell, yo? Why am I laughing at Marcus falling? Marcus was not hurt, but I gotta say that's funny. And she is heated. And I don't know, it looks like a woman is trying to say between her and Corey. She's like, I'm gonna sue your ass, Corey. I'm gonna sue the shit out you. My man with the jacket walking, Corey, seemed to be pretty pissed off, fam. Man, I didn't expect to see that. Did y'all see that? Damn, I gotta give it up to Katrina one more time. Cause that's a good I'm glad we watched it again because I did not see that. Because we watched it quick, it just looks like he walked over and laid hands on her. But now it looks like he walked up to her. They're arguing. His hands are down. She initiates contact like this. Now, should he have put his hands on her because she put her hands on him? No. He should have been like, ow, my eye. And then called the people. That's what he should have did. He should say, oh, you poked me in my eye, Lubba. You poked me in my eye. And then got on his phone and called the boys and filed a lawsuit. Look, she pushed his head, so he mushed her back in self-defense. Does that sound right, guys? Is that what happened? Tim's so much of a fan, he don't know this is a bad look. What you mean it's a bad look? I said you don't put your hands on anybody, but that go for her too. You too much of a hater that you don't know. This is a dumb comment. I already said you don't put your hands on people. I already said that. If you just tuned in and you don't know I said that, it's not my fault. We're grown people. We know we don't put your hands on people, right? Clarence, so I really have to tell you that, like, you're a grown man, I'm a grown man. We grown people. You know you don't put your hands on people. We already discussed this. But what I didn't know is she put her hands on him too. So let me get this right. In your world, she could put her hands on him. He just can't put his hands on her. And what about all the men there that put hands? What about the guy that lays hands on Corey after he laid hands on her? So we got 3 people who put hands on somebody. But according to what I'm seeing, the first person to put hands on somebody was her. I didn't even know that until I watched it in slow motion. You could say it's a bad look, but it ain't a bad look to me because I'm being honest. That ain't got nothing to do with being a Corey Holcomb fan. I'm a Corey Holcomb comedy fan. I don't know Corey Holcomb. I like his comedy. I didn't say I like how he interact with people when he get angry at them. I didn't say I don't know him in real life, fam. Never met him. I like his comedy. But what I think is biased as hell is you think it's okay for a woman to put her hand in a man's face, make contact with his face. Isn't that supposed to happen? I wish nothing happened. Nothing should happen. But when Corey walked up, his hands was not up like he was dealing with a man. He didn't just walk over, That's not what happened. He didn't walk over there, what? That's not how it happened. He walked up, his hands were down. See, I got a feeling you're an Anton Daniels fan, aren't you? Yeah. It's okay to be an Anton Daniels fan. Nah, he's not innocent. There it is. Look, Corey is not innocent, but neither is she. There you go. I'm closer to where she is. It's just that some people will not fault both people. I think it's bad to have an argument like that to begin with. I'm against that argument beginning with. I'm against a man and a woman arguing in the first place. Like that, where it gets that heated. If you can avoid it. Just walk away, get away. I mean, who else, anybody else hear that new that didn't hear me say that? Yeah, if you can walk away from any confrontation, please do so. Damn, man. It sucks when you're a grown-ass man, over 40, and people think you don't know basic shit. Look, anybody in the comment section, anybody in America, anybody in the world, if you were confronted by anybody verbally, walk away. I should not have to say that, but since I have grown-ass men in my comment section who think I operate under different rules, a grown-ass man with kids and now grandkids, and you think I would tell my kids to put hands on people because you don't like what they say? That's an insult, fam. That's insulting as hell. Nah, man, if you could walk away from an altercation, please do so. Please walk away. Please walk away. Yeah. Look, someone said Corey was worse in his early days of comedy. You know what, man? I know some people may not know this, but comedians are just people. And typically they're people from the streets. They joke for a living. But some comedians are thugs. Some comedians are in the streets. Some comedians, you know what I'm saying? Like, they come from the hood. I don't know if people know this, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they do this shit for a living. They can make jokes and they can be funny, but then they also are who they are. So I never put anything past anyone. You know, I don't care who it is. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But yeah. But what do y'all think, guys? What do you think? I think I put my opinion out there enough. We do not condone violence. Jesus Christ. Maybe it's good you said that, because maybe some other people are thinking, I think it's okay to hit people. It ain't okay to hit anybody. It's against the law. And even if I thought it was, what you gonna do, be an idiot and go to jail because Tim Black don't have a problem with it? Hey, Tim Black's not suing you. I'm not suing you, that woman is. So, you know, it don't matter what my opinion is. This not a good look. What you gonna do? Remove your payment that you never made You gonna cancel your free membership? Come on, dog. Oh man. Yep. Check this out. Corey started at Riddle's Comedy Club in the mid-90s with Lynn Rogers, D. Cole, and B. Cole. There it is. Hey, fam, I'm going to tell y'all something. I saw, speaking of Cole, Cole, man, I saw the D. Cole interview with Corey Holcomb, and I wouldn't even call it an interview as much as a conversation, and I laughed the entire time, man. The Deion Cole, Corey Holcomb comedy clip that's out. It's on Deion Cole's page. I laughed for 2 hours. It's just funny. It's hilarious. People say Corey's not funny. I disagree. We have a difference of opinion. It doesn't mean he should have mushed or punched that woman. Right? Richard Pryor shot a car. Hey, fam. Richard Pryor shot his car. How many people saw Richard Pryor? Richard Pryor freebased, set himself on fire. He shot his car when him and his wife were breaking up. Y'all see the JoJo Dancer movie about Richard Pryor's life? Y'all saw the scene where he shot the car because she was going to leave him? Comedian, but he a person that did, sometimes some things he did wasn't right. Charlie Murphy was a knockout artist. He used to beat people's ass. And I love Charlie Murphy. I saw Charlie Murphy perform stand-up in D.C. I rock with Charlie Murphy, man. Rest in peace. So this idea, I don't know, man. Maybe the internet makes people feel like they know people, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying for the record. There are celebrities and there are stars that are in jail for doing all types of shit, right? Like the one that was on that 70s show. He in jail for life for grape. And he was just playing a funny character on a show. So you don't really know people, man. I don't know. He was so high he set himself on fire, Jorge. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. What I'm saying is telling jokes and not getting in trouble are two different things. That's the point. I think some people got brain damage, fam. How you end up on this channel? Really, man? I ain't saying you gotta be a rocket scientist, but you gotta be intelligent somewhat, fam. We talk about important shit over here. It's not an excuse. It wasn't no excuse for Richard Pryor was supposed to be freebasing and shooting up his car. I wasn't excusing it. What I'm saying is, you could be funny, you could be a great comedian, and you could also have some shit with you. It's not excusing it. I'm not the law. I'm not Popo. What you want me to do, lock him up? I'm not even responding to her no more. That's what it said. Listen, in real life, this situation usually ends up bad. 9 times out of 10, this was de-escalated quickly. It was de-escalated very quickly. Nobody got shot nor hurt. This is a nothing burger in real life. She didn't get hurt. She ain't fall. She probably trying to sue this guy for $100,000. She ain't fall. I ain't see nobody nursing the cuts. There's nothing. He touched her. She touched him in the press conference. Everybody acted all faked outrage. Everybody acted all fake outrage all of a sudden. Like they 6 years old. Y'all grown-ass people. Y'all just a bunch of Anton fans want somebody to go to jail for something when nobody even got hurt. She looked fine to me. She was so fine, she's still talking shit, chasing him around. Marcus should sue. Marcus got slammed to the ground. And look, Corey, Marcus could sue because of your situation, he fell down. Hey, I'm just saying, man, this is what people do. This is what people do. Good thing it did not happen at Corey's house. Because he'll end up getting sued because Marcus fell during the fight. Real talk. Ask the lead attorney. Ask Nate the lawyer. If this happens at your house and somebody there falls down doing it, during this happening, they can sue you as the homeowner for what happened with them at your house. So the only thing saving Corey from a lawsuit for Marcus is it happened outside. Because if it happened on the set of the 5150 show, Marcus would probably be suing Corey. I'm trying to tell y'all, fam. What's happening in the chat, fam? DeAndre, what's up, fam? Let me get some of these comments, some airtime, fam. Let's put these comments on the board, fam. I want to show some comments, fam. She lived to talk another day. Yes, she did, fam. They just gonna act like she wasn't saying shit. Like it's a one-sided conversation. But Corey runs into too many issues. I'm just posting comments. It doesn't mean I agree or disagree. I just want to give people some shine, y'all. Man, she was on TMZ talking about she feared for her life. How Sway, y'all, was still out there going after him? Yep. I don't know if she knows we can see the film. What up, fam? Just checking in. All right, Dre. Corey did not punch that lady. She would be on the ground. That's all I'm saying. And it doesn't mean it's okay to put your hands on somebody. It just means I don't think it was as serious as people trying to make it big just because they don't like Corey Holcomb. That's all. It's just not that serious. Doesn't mean I'm glad. If that's my wife or my daughter, I have both, right? Or my mother, I'm blessed enough to still have my mom, and I have a sister. If that was any of those four ladies to me, I would not want that to happen to my people. But I also would be saying to my people, why are you out there arguing with that man? Not because she's not a grown person. And I would say, why you put your hand in his face? If he puts his hands on you and hurts you, then I'm going to end up in jail. Why you put me in that situation? That's how I am. There are a lot of situations that occur every day, fam. This is like a mild one. I know we talking about it for a long time here. But based on what I report on this show, this is kind of cool. Nobody went to the hospital. Nobody went home in a hearse. You know, nobody's house got nothing. This is, two people got into an argument. She put his hand in his face. It looked like she made contact with his face, and he mushed her back. She did like this. He did like this. And then somebody jumped on him. Marcus falls. She follows over to Corey. People try to push her back. Not Corey. They're holding her back. That's what it looked like to me. So, yeah, at the end of the day, don't do it. Do not do it. And that's why, man, I used to like doing comedy shows, man. You know, I enjoyed when I went to different cities and did stand-up. I enjoyed doing rallies and stuff like that. I never got into an altercation. Thank God. People try to sue. Jesus Christ. They can pop all that mess, and then if you respond, they go right to the damn. They go immediately to the lawyer's office. Can I get some money out of this? Damn. I don't know, fam, if I could do a poll on here, fam. I don't know if you could do a poll on this joint. So we move on with the show? What y'all think? She did, Bree. No, she did put it. Hey, Brina, sister, she put her hands in his face. And it looks like she mushed his forehead. He responded by mushing her forehead. That's all that happened. It's not right. It's not right. Brina, I do not condone such. I don't want you mushing my wife's forehead. But I would be upset my wife mushed your forehead if it was a man or a woman. Because people got guns out here too. Things happen. You don't put your hand, she should not have put her hand up at his face like this. It's on tape. That's visible. And don't think his lawyers, if he has to get them, don't think his lawyers won't be able to show that in court. That's all. I'm not saying it should have happened. Both of those people should have walked away from each other. But sometimes when people get at you, who hasn't made the mistake of staying in the argument longer than they should have? I can't be a hypocrite and say I've always made the right decision. You know what I'm saying? I've never been sued, but I can't say I've always made the right decisions. I got lucky. And a lot of y'all been lucky too. Keep it 100. People have gotten you upset, done things, and you acted out of character too. So some people in the comments section are acting as if they never done anything in their life that they shouldn't have done, or let anything get to them that they should not have let escalate. Some people are too busy being on the side. But I think Katrina Prater, I think Katrina, because Katrina had me show that film again. I'm going to show one more time, y'all. One more time, because I did not see it the first time. Welcome to the Danger Zone. Conversation. He walks up. When he walked up, she immediately raises her hands to his face. Look, as soon as he walks over, look at her hand. It was quick. I don't know what was said. See her hand? It almost looked like Corey walked into the hand, which would be a total. This whole thing is a total misunderstanding. Because as I look closer, it looks almost like Corey walked into her hand with his head. Look, y'all. Look at it. Look at this. It looks like, look, she raised her hand to his face. It looks like right here, it looks like he put his head on her hand. And my man was immediately on it. Immediately. He got a hoodie on. Look, the guy that jumped in it has a hoodie on. He falls immediately. Marcus tries to break it up. They telling her to just leave. There's a guy here in the bottom of the screen. It looks like he's motioning for her to leave. She over there talking. She's still talking. There's a guy waving her off like, just leave. Couple times, leave, leave, leave. She won't leave. Look, leave. She won't leave. They still saying leave. Ah. All right, fam. Well, look, man, it's like this. I don't have, look, I don't know. I don't even know if we have polling ability using Restream. Could we do a polling? Could we do a poll on this joint? Damn. A poll would be optimal, right? I don't know if I can set up a poll, fam. I wish I could. That would be better, right? I see a goal. Goal is not a poll. Is there a polling aspect? I don't think we have polls up here. I don't know everything about this app, but I don't think I have polling options. That sucks, because that would be perfect. I don't see polling, fam. I don't see it. Agent Black says, now that I see the video, if she did not hit him and she just pointed her finger at him or touched his hat, I wouldn't have hit her. If anything, if he walked away, he could have claimed assault. Truth says, don't start no shit, won't be no shit. Can't argue with that. Look, they were all drinking. It's a comedy club, nightclub. Fam, that makes too much sense. People won't accept that. That's not good enough. Everybody lit. Like they ain't never been at a house party. People drinking, playing spades, and people saying things they shouldn't say, and the people get into it. Nobody went to jail. Nobody got shot. Nobody got stabbed. Nobody bleed. Nobody even got a swollen eye. And everybody, the people in the comments overreacting like this is like, you know what I'm saying? And it makes me question like what, it's just anger, man. It's just misplaced anger. And looking for a reason to beef, man. This is a good night. It's a good night, man. The stories I cover, this is a good night. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll go with that. Agent says it's just a bad situation all the way around. It could have been much worse. I see much worse. You know what? That's how I look at it. But that's unacceptable to some. That's a bad look. I'm just being real. We good, Tim? Some people are just trolling about this foolishness. Yeah. I don't think he smacked it though, fam. Look, I'm not smacking a woman for tapping my hat. That's not what I saw, man. It did not look like he slapped her, to my opinion. It's always best to keep your hands to yourself. That's all. I'll say, keep your hands to yourself. And look, fam, I didn't even notice that there was contact initiated by her. I didn't even notice that. I thought it was all him. And I said, you know, that you should keep your hands to yourself. Walk away. Walk away. Call an Uber. You know what I'm saying? But it did escalate quick, fam. All right. Can I finish out tonight? Can we get to something else? Can we get to something else? It's gonna be tough, man. This is tough, fam. It's tough to get to something else. But I want to because I got other content. Some people may have come for me to talk about the Don Lemon situation. Don Lemon, he's supposed to go to jail. He almost went to jail, fam. Now he talking. He talking because he didn't go to jail. That's funny how that works. That was a hard mush, fam. There you go. Next up. All right, fam. That's what I'm saying, fam. Thank you, Agent. He's sending people to provoke you. You did nothing to his daughter. He's claiming abuse because he put her in the line of fire. You mess with me, I'll talk about your mama. Never like Anton. Yeah, man. Look, fam. Look, I'm somebody who does content, been doing it for a long time, y'all. It's a risk you run the risk of people using pictures or videos of your family if you have pictures or videos of your family online. Now, if they say something positive, you be like, wasn't that nice? If they say something negative, you can't be like, I'm suing. That's just me. You may not like it. You may not like it, right? That doesn't mean it's the end of the world. If you got pictures on Instagram or pictures on Facebook and it's open to the whole world, it's public. It's public. I'm trying to understand why people like the lead attorney are saying, you know, there's a lawsuit potential. You have the videos and pictures already out on Facebook and other platforms. They're not hidden. They're up for the public. Y'all stop talking like the guy had some compromising photos and he disclosed it. That's not what happened. He a comedian who made jokes. So if the family came to the comedy club, right? Here's my scenario, family. I'm gonna move on, agent. If Corey Holcomb is doing a set at a comedy club and you're in the audience with you and your family, and you get into an argument or start heckling Corey, what are you gonna do? Corey Holcomb's been a comedian for almost 30 years. I feel like he reacted the same way he would have reacted if you was at his comedy show. Have you ever been to a comedy show and a comedian got on you? I have. I've been to a comedy show where a comedian got on my ass. Me and my wife. He started roasting us. We're not roasting, but he would not stop, right? It was a small club. It was an improv in D.C. I was coming to see Lavelle Crawford, one of his guys that was the in-betweener. He started rocking. He started getting on us, right? And it's because my wife, man, said I think it was our anniversary. And when we said that, it was over. He would not leave us alone. How long y'all been together? Damn, that's a long time. Brother, I know. And he just kept, he looked like he had no material, fam. We became the material. I didn't try to sue him because I felt uncomfortable. So I see Corey as a comedian. I'm not excusing I'm not excusing what he does. I'm not the jury. I see him as a comedian. If he made jokes about me, he made jokes about my family. They jokes. It's jokes. Now, to me it's jokes. All right, let's go, fam. Damn, let me move on. I got more content. I'm tripping. Look, if anybody find this content interesting, if you don't think I'm crazy, if you don't think it's, whatever, subscribe to the channel. It's free. All right? Become a member after you watch it and if you feel good about it. Become a member. It's $5 a month. Jesus Christ. Now people are here, man. I gave y'all a lot of attention. You ain't even members of the show. See how cool I am? All right. I want to shout out my moderators, Ebony, Buck Bewley, and Black Mamba for holding it down, y'all. Got crazy, man. But it's fun. I think it's fun. Fam, anytime I cover a story that don't involve people losing their lives, it's a good day. Right? Whenever I cover a story that doesn't involve heartbreak, you know what I'm saying? Loss of life, it's light. Everybody okay? Everybody all right? We talking about civil suit. We talk about people's feelings, not people's livelihoods, not people's bodies not working. All right, let's go. All right, so next story. Don Lemon. He participated, in my opinion, in a protest in Minnesota at a Minneapolis church. The activists went inside of a church to protest ICE. I still don't understand why they're protesting ICE inside a church. Is that an ICE church? I didn't know ICE had a church. I don't get it. I think they said somebody like a pastor or somebody a part of the church was an ICE agent. I don't know. Which means they doxed him. I don't know. So, Payne Body and Department of Justice, they tried to charge Don Lemon. It was unsuccessful. Let's play that. Let's get into this. This is good.
So, look, I stand proud and I stand tall. This is not a victory lap for me because it's not over. They're going to try again and they're going to try again. And guess what? Here I am. Keep trying. That's not going to stop me from being a journalist. You're not going to diminish my voice. Go ahead, make me into the new Jimmy Kimmel if you want. Just do it. Because I'm not going anywhere and I'm going to believe the same things, whether you want to, whatever. Now, let me just tell you something else before I get to my guests. None of this is about justice. This is about power, and it's about people who are incompetent.
Okay, I gotta pause there on the Don Lemon thing, and I gotta say something. We're gonna go to her, the sisters that were also charged. Listen. Don Lemon talking all that tough talk because he went up to a protest for undocumented immigrants, for illegal aliens, illegal immigrants, right? They were getting treated badly in America. Don Lemon, check this out, guys. Don Lemon has never participated in a protest to that extent for all the black people that have been shot, killed, mangled. When Tamir Rice got his head blown off by a cop in 2 seconds. Don Lemon was not a part of a protest that got him charged or anything. He wasn't embedded in a protest. When John Crawford was blown away in his own car. When Ahmaud Arbery was killed. When Breonna Taylor was killed. When Tatiana Jefferson was shot in her own home. No Don Lemon. When Cancer Roll in Alabama got his case thrown out. Black folks with all types of cancers because of the toxic dumping that's been going on in their neighborhoods for decades. No Don Lemon. No Don Lemon getting charged. No Don Lemon talk about I'm standing up and I'm going to do nothing. No tough talk. See, this is the problem I had with Don Lemon. He's a phony, he's a fake, he's a fraud. That's the problem I have. He wants to do a grandstanding. He wants you to make him a celebrity. He wants to be like Jasmine Crockett. I'm being attacked by Trump. Trump after me. Make me a star. When Don Lemon had an audience of about 3 million people every other night, or whatever it was Don Lemon standing up for black people? Don Lemon is now independent. Is Don Lemon standing up for black people? No. All I ask of black Americans is to remember that. He's also not standing up for working class Americans. He's only doing this because he's a Democrat, and they've all got the memo to go hard in the paint for the undocumented immigrants. Why was he not doing this when, I don't know, 40% of black Americans, or whatever the amount it was, I know it's a lot of black Americans, lost their homes under the Wall Street crash? Don Lemon had a show then. Did Don Lemon get involved? Was Don Lemon fighting back? What about when all the people were getting deported under Obama? Don Lemon had a show then too. Was Don Lemon in the streets talk about how you can, I'm gonna stand up and you ain't gonna silence me and I'm fighting for the people? Was he doing that? No, he wasn't. So all I'm saying is it'd be different. I would respect it if there was any genuineness, authenticity. If there was any authenticity to it at all, maybe I feel a little bit different about it. Don Lemon is a performative phony. And it's a shame that we got people that would applaud this type of fake, phony outrage. He's just looking at a come up. He would never do this for us. He didn't do this for us. Hell, he didn't even do this for him. Well, he did it for him. That's the only person he did it for. Because if he cared about undocumented people, he would have had his ass on the streets under Obama, where a lot more people were getting deported. A lot more. Trump only been in office 1 year into a second term. And you in the streets? When Obama was there for 8 years, you were in the streets. And the same activity, the same laws is on the books. Where you been, Don? These are not new laws, fam. Trump did not write new laws to deport people. The same laws that were on the books have been on the books the whole time. Let's keep it going, guys. So now, there were some activists that were at this protest that were the organizers of the protest. They were charged because they were protesting inside a church doing process or whatever. The church was open, people were there, right? So they're saying you're interfering in our right to worship, right? So these people got charged. They were also released. Let's see what they have to say.
Yay! Thank y'all for being here.
Just like that.
Glory to God. Glory to God. Hallelujah.
Turn around from there. I have no idea who they must be.
Amen.
Yep.
Don't have a clue. We'll find out.
God's chosen. God's chosen.
That's okay.
Baby Angela.
You messing up the shot, Chanto. I'm safe. I'm safe. You safe? I'm safe. You safe.
Okay. I smell a rat. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I smell a rat with this whole thing. Congratulations. You Nikema and Chantrell, congratulations on your release. I never apply for people to be arrested. Yeah, I don't apply for people to be arrested by the cops unless you're doing something that puts other people's lives at risk. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a person going, ooh, great. Feed the mass incarceration. I can disagree with you politically and still not want to see behind bars. I don't root for that. I know it's crazy, right? That I would have that stance. But I just don't. I can't put it. I refuse to pretend that I want to see black women locked up. I don't want to see any women locked up unless you hurting people. These people were rude at this protest. I don't want them to go to jail for that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's just my point of view. I want you to understand it'd probably be better for me in a business sense to not care. Right? But sorry guys, I can't be in a box. I refuse to be in a box where I be left or right and I gotta ride with those teams. I'm glad these women are out. I disagree with what they did. I don't think you should protest inside a church. Scaring kids and shit. I don't think it's appropriate. People at church praising the Lord, practicing their faith, you can do that shit outside. That's how I feel, okay? And some people clapping for it like they support it. I think it's lame. And if these people are freed or if no charge, if the charges get dropped, whatever, fine. I don't know the laws regarding it. I don't know if it's illegal to do this. They say they may have violated certain laws by doing it. I don't know. But if you are an activist, and you should know the laws that you're breaking so that you can decide if you're willing to deal with the consequences of breaking those laws. I don't know if they broke laws. I don't know why they were released. Were they released because of bail or were the charges dropped? I don't know. I know that Keith Ellison, the Minnesota Attorney General, will probably drop the charges or apply pressure. The governor is still Tim Walz. So maybe that worked out for him. But what I can say without any hesitation, that I do not co-sign protesting inside of churches. Now, if you go to a church to protest the actions of that church, let me be real specific. If you're protesting the church for what the church did to you, difference. I still would say do it outside, but say the church mishandled your money. The church did something to your children. If the church did something to you and your family, that's different. But I would still say protest outside. Okay? That makes sense? But if you protest in ICE inside of a church, unless it's the ICE church and the people that are there are ICE, I'm wondering, right? I wonder why people support that. That don't make sense to me. Why is that okay? Maybe it's okay because it's not against the law, but I don't think it's okay to do. I don't support it. What do you guys think? What do y'all think? I have my opinion out there. I want to know what you think. Let's go to comment section, fam. What y'all think, y'all? I hope they go to church and help keep the homeless people warm the next few days. Okay? I disagree as well. I don't scare the children. Yeah, man. Or us. If we go to church, we don't want to have our church service interrupted with you inside the church protesting ICE. ICE is not in the church. You know what I'm saying? Now the church did something to you and your babies. People are not supposed to enter this country illegally. You can't say that because there are a lot of progressives that feel they should be able to. Because we don't have a country. We have an open world and we're here to help feed everybody on the planet. And if you don't think so, you're a bad person. You're a racist, xenophobe. That's it. Black Americans are 40% of the homeless rate in Los Angeles. And there are progressives that call me racist for saying we need to close the border and take care of them homeless people in Los Angeles. They think it's okay to have homeless black people be 40% of the homeless rate. They think that's okay to house new people that came in without even being citizens. Before housing homeless black people on the streets of Los Angeles. And to disagree with them makes me racist. That's why I can't take them seriously, fam. Jorge said there's a company that are paying the activists. They start with just a few of them and brainwash others to join. They're getting paid to do it. That makes sense. You know, they just don't care, man. And if you're a white American, Asian American, Black American, doesn't matter, man. I feel like Americans are backs against the wall. A lot of Americans' backs are against the wall. How can you expect black, white, Asian, any Americans whose backs are against the wall, not to understand that we have to take care of Americans whose backs are against the wall? Why will we not prioritize our people who are catching hell already in this country? I compared it to like when if you're a new subscriber to HBO, you may get a special rate for the first 6 months or 3 months. But all the people that are already subscribers don't get that rate. They got to pay the full charge. And that's the way I see immigration. That's the way I see the migrants. See, we the paying customers that have been here forever. We don't get any of the upgrades. We don't get any of the bonuses. We don't get any of the EBT for frees. We don't get the housing. We don't get the cars. We don't get the business loans. But if you're new, you get all the sweet hookups. I got a problem with that. That does not make sense to me. It also doesn't make sense that Biden left the gates open on our border and let 10 to 20 million people in, but didn't shut down ICE. What did you think was going to happen? It almost looks like a setup. You don't think Joe Biden and the Democratic Party did not know if you let in 10 to 20 million people and lose the White House, the president, the next president, if they're a Republican, would come in and do something about it? Why is it that people get to act like they don't understand these things? Or is it that they watch MSNBC or MS Now or CNN when nobody makes very basic statements? Fam. Put it this way. Let's say you own a company, or let's say you own a house, you're renting a house. I look at a president, depending on the party, as occupants. That's what they call Trump, the current occupant of the White House. Okay, so let's say you currently occupy this house, a house. And let's say you like it hot. You like it 80 degrees. You want the thermostat on 82. You want to walk around in Speedos. You want sweat off your forehead. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep it toasty warm. You want it 82 degrees. And since you're the occupant of the home, you get to have the temperature be whatever you want it to be. Okay, your term is up. The new person comes in, they don't like it hot. They like it a nippy 68, 65. Don't they have a right to turn the thermostat? The rules say whoever is occupying the White House can follow the rules of controlling the thermostat. And look, my analogy isn't even perfect because there are laws on the book that say 65. The laws on the book say closed border. It's against the law to cross without having authorization. You're supposed to have either a green card, a temporary payment status, or asylum. Those are the rules on the books. So my analogy is actually a lot more liberal than it should be. But see, we got people that think they're helping the world. Meanwhile, Black Americans home, Black Americans are stuck around 40% home ownership, while white Americans in the mid-70s. Meanwhile, Latinos that come to this country new are in the 50s. How can I be an advocate for Black Americans catching hell and not notice that important stat? And how is that fair if we never got our 40 acres and a mule? But see, Don Lemon will be very proud to go to jail to defend their right to come here and not have to leave. And say, I'm the mean one. Van Lathan will say, I'm mean, I'm unreasonable. That's what he said. I'm unreasonable. I'm not being humane enough. Man, God bless him, man. I don't think Van Lathan's a bad guy. I just disagree with him fundamentally. Just fundamentally. Now, Michael Singleton, we agree with this about this, but there's other things we disagree on. But we agree on this part. I know you're not surprised. Let's keep it going, fam. Next story. Anything, fam? Take care home first. The new buyer's deal. That's it, fam. That's what it's called. That's it, fam. We all want the new buyer's deal. Don't you want the new buyer's deal? Hey, fam, since we are the people of the country, shouldn't we demand to all get the new buyer's deal? We should all demand a new buyer's deal. Give it up for my family. What's up, Jay? Give it up for Jay, man. I love that terminology, the new buyer's deal. Yeah, fam. The hookup. I got good people that come through, fam. Let's keep going.
For all the Black Americans saying ICE isn't our problem, you do realize that they're kidnapping Black Americans too, right? And they're just saying, oh, we thought they were African. We thought they were illegal immigrants. And then they will detain you for days, sometimes weeks, so that they can have their way with you in the ICE detention center while they figure out that you're an American citizen. In fact, that's exactly what happened to this lady right here. She's an American citizen. They detained her for 2 days and kept her in that detention center. And this is what they're doing with so many people. If you're not white, they will target you. If they just have a bad...
She don't look Black American. What kind of Black American? Oh, she look black. That's what you say. She don't look like Black American. It's like she is, where her family from? And why is this white guy talking to Black people?
Bad day. They just feel angry or feel extra racist that day. They'll target you, kidnap you, beat you.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Throw you in the back of a truck and take you to some random ICE detention center. There was one citizen that they actually deported to a whole nother country, and she was a U.S. citizen. This is no longer about left versus right. This is no longer even political. It's just straight up racism against anybody who isn't white. If it was about them not working, then why is ICE showing up to their jobs to arrest them and deport them? If it was about them not paying taxes, then why is ICE using the IRS to find them? And if it was about them not being here legally, then why is ICE waiting for them at their court hearings where they are going to follow the legal proceedings of how to become a citizen here and how to be a legal resident here? It's never been about any of that. It's always been about race. Always. If you're not white, you are their target. Right-wingers, people who support ICE, are white, and they will never, ever admit that it's about race for them. They want anybody who isn't white to be beaten, kidnapped, deported. They want punishment. They want violence against anyone who isn't white. That is their goal.
Okay, I got all types of responses for this. The first thing is, Jerry. First thing is this, Jerry. Black people, a question, what do you mean by kidnapping? You know, when you say kidnapped, I thought you were going somewhere else, like actually talking about kidnapping. You know what I'm saying? Because you're using terms, very strong terms. So like you're weaponizing the language to make things seem a whole lot worse than you're talking about. You talking about arrested. That's what you mean by kidnapping is when people arrest you. Hey Jerry, I know you may be new to the planet, and then maybe you've been in a coma. Who knows? Maybe you know what I'm saying? Maybe you've been in a coma since you was 2 and you ain't been around the world, or in the country. Cops been arresting black people forever. We never got to call it kidnapping. You know, we just called it being arrested. 2 days. For real? Family, this is not have their way with you. What do you mean have their way with you? You're saying a lot of things, bro. You said this woman, first of all, you said she was Black American. I don't know about that. It looks like I don't know about her being Black American. I'm not saying she's not a citizen. Maybe she is. She got picked up. That happens to people all the time, Jerry. Black people get picked up all the time. Black people get detained all the time. This is what black people have been talking about in America forever. Before I was born, Black Americans have been talking about this type of treatment from cops, from the police. Police have been detaining black people, putting us in handcuffs, taking us to the station, putting us through processing since we got free. Since 1865. 1863, 1865. I don't know why you don't know that, but that's what's been happening. I don't know, you might trip right here. White people also get arrested, detained, put into the system. It doesn't happen per capita as often, but it happens. All Americans can be subject to this, and they can have their way with you, whatever that means. If you get into jail, okay, I've done research on this because it sounds like you don't know anything about our justice system. This is what our justice system has been doing. For you to make this condescending, bullshit-ass video, and I'm just putting that like I see it, fam. It's kind of an insult because you're only describing things that already exist. It shows you don't know shit about our system. Let me also inform you of this. ICE detentions are way better than population. ICE detention centers routinely are newer facilities and more staffed. Less homicides or unalivings happen at ICE detention centers than standard penitentiaries or prisons. You know the number of ICE detainees in 2024 who were unalived? 12. In the custody of the detention center. 12. I don't have the time. I have not investigated the national number, right, in the country of U.S. citizens that are unalived in the custody of the state. But I can tell you this, just in Texas, that number in 2024 was 177. 177 U.S. citizens died in Texas in U.S. prisons. Just in Texas. I'm not counting California. I'm not counting Maryland. I'm not counting Illinois, right? I'm not counting all the other states. One state, Johnson. Now, this year in 2025, or last year in 2025, the number went up slightly. The number is 32. Mind you, this could be heart attacks, diabetes, stroke, slip and fall. It could be any reason whatsoever. 32. There have been 60, what's that number? 6,000. 6,000 on the record, at least. We think that's a conservative number. We think the real number is more closer to 10,000. When I did the math, on the amount of unalivings in ICE detention centers compared to what regular folks go through, it was one ICE detention person has been unalived in the custody of the ICE detentions to 188 U.S. citizens. Yes, one for every 188. That means almost 200. For every 200 U.S. citizens that die in our penal system, only one ICE person has died in 2025. Basically, what I'm telling you, Jerry, is if you are a U.S. person, U.S. citizen like you, like me, and we got to go to jail, we should pray. We should literally get on our hands and knees and thank God and beg to go to an ICE detention center. You're more likely to be getting treatment and not die. See, these are facts, and if you look them up, you will find them. Stop gaslighting black people about a criminal justice system you obviously know nothing about. The justice system is racist. Woo! What do you want, a cookie? We've been telling you that shit for 100 years. More than 100 years. What, you ain't hear us until you thought it was Latinos? Now you want to tell us, guess what? It can happen to you. Motherfucker, it's been happening to us. All that shit you talk about Nazis, where'd you think they learned their tactics from? Do you know the Nazis literally came to America and studied how white America or how America was treating black people to learn how to treat the Jewish people? Do you know that? They learned their tactics from us. Now I got your goofy ass retelling the story of black people in the year 2025 through the lens of immigrants, when this shit's been happening to us in far more numbers all this time. And you think you're an activist. You think you're doing the Lord's work. Fuck you. All right. Now, guys, let's keep it going now. Let's keep it going. We'll get off here. I got at least one more story to cover, fam. All right? Let's get to it. What's wrong with these people, fam? What is wrong with them? Thank you, Asia Black. I appreciate you. I'm glad you and Andre and all y'all, man, that told me to keep it moving, man. I forgot I had that hot story, fam. Thank you, Miss Kitty Cat. I appreciate you. That one dude is in the building. I appreciate you. Is hell hot or is it cold? I don't know, fam. All right, fam. All right, we got one more, man. This is going to be crazy. Now, look, y'all been riding with me all the way. Do me a favor, guys. Hit the like button. Let the algorithm know. Tonight's show was all right. Or it was good. Let the algorithm know. Because it matters that you like the show, that you hit the like button. It lets them know that you're watching the show. Maybe they'll recommend it to more people. We got a nice group of people, but I like it to grow. So hit the like button if you got it. People on X, people on Rumble, people on Kick, thank you for watching. Please share this on your profiles. Let people know you're watching the show. I appreciate you. And once again, if you really like the show, you say, hey, this is all right. It's my Cash App, and also you can join us on Patreon. Become an exclusive member, a VIP member of the show. It helps keep the show going. I want to thank all my 10 Black VIPs. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for supporting this content. I know I'm crazy, but I mean well, fam. I can be mean, but I'm meaningful. If everybody like it, don't nobody really like it. You understand what I'm saying? You got to stand for something to fall for anything. We bold, we courageous, and we going to stay dangerous on this show. I appreciate you. I know some of y'all don't always agree, but when you agree, yeah, it's dope, right? All right, fam. Let's do this. Let's get into this next piece.
Sinners just got 16 Oscar nominations, the most for any film in the Academy's history. Super happy, super proud for everybody involved. Actors, producer, cast, crew, writer, all that. I just hope the nominations ain't the award. I hope y'all ain't saying just nominate them in everything and then don't give them nothing though. Don't do that. Don't give them 16 then 0. Be like, but we nominate you, but I hope they win. Okay, and I know it's hard, it's tough. I'm really happy for Delroy Lindo, the first supporting actor nom. Wound me. I'm so happy for her. She ain't never done nothing wrong acting to me. Michael B., Ruth E. Carter, Ryan for director. I think they got nominated for song. I want them to go up there sometimes. And thank the people. Please. I know they ain't gonna win 16. Could they get 6, 7? 6, 7? 1, 2, 3, 1? Just don't let them walk out there empty-handed. Please.
I don't think Sinners is going to win a single Oscar, and let me tell you why. Sinners broke a record today with 16 nominations, more than any film in history. And while I feel that's a good sign that an incredible movie that should win awards will win awards, I think it's a false flag. The narrative around Sinners will be, well, regardless of whether or not it wins any awards, it still gets this prestige of being the only film ever to be nominated 16 times. And I think that lingering thought in the back of the minds of so many Academy voters is going to keep them from voting for performances in Sinners. The only possible locked category win that I see for Sinners is Best Original Song with I Lied to You.
Blues wasn't forced on us like that religion. No, sir.
Hey,
he brought this with us.
You know, I know I don't have the rights to play the song. I didn't realize they played music. Come on, man.
Out of these other categories, the way that these Academy voters have voted in the past and the fact that Sinners is a horror film, they're going to be thinking, well, it already got 16 nominations, that's an achievement, and they're going to look at these other films more. It shouldn't be that way, but I fear that it will be that way.
Huh. Well, look, I wanted to weigh on this because I gotta be keeping it real with you, man. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Of course, I would like Sinners to get some type of an award. If there's one, you know what I'm saying, if it could, but I don't know, you know, I don't know how likely that is to happen. Let me just tell you what the deal is, okay? So 16 nominations, but many of these categories are not categories that I'm even aware of what's in those, what they're up against. But the best picture is the biggest one, okay? So let's go with that. So Sinners is up against some other movies, most of which I haven't seen. Frankenstein. I saw Frankenstein. I thought it was good. Frankenstein was good. I'm going to be honest. I liked it. Begonia. That was also good. The guy that was in Begonia, I've seen him before. He, what's that movie? What's that show? He was in, he's been in a lot of stuff. Better Call Saul? Or was it Breaking Bad? Yeah. He's a popular actor. If you saw him, you know him. Begonia was good. The ending was different than I thought it would be. Then there's Best Director. It's up against One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, some other movies. I haven't seen any of the movies that it's up against. And you know what? I think a lot of people that are saying Sinners should win haven't seen the other movies, so we wouldn't know. We want Sinners to win because it's a movie we saw, Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler, that's our combination. They're our new Denzel and Spike Lee combination. And you just want them to win. Best Actor in a lead role, Michael B. Jordan. Leonardo DiCaprio, Ethan Hawke, and Wagner, Mona, I don't know who that is. Timothy Chalamet, I don't know. I watched a little bit of One Battle After Another, didn't watch the whole thing. So what I'm saying is, the movies that they're up against, I really don't know much about all the movies. But I gotta be honest with you, fam. Sinners was good. It was pretty good. I don't think it was that great. Yeah, I mean, fam, I liked it. Don't get it twisted. I liked the movie. I didn't watch it and go, hey, this is bad. I watched it and said, this all right. I was underwhelmed. It was just good. It wasn't great. I know people are going to get mad. I got to tell you the truth. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good movie. I did not think it was amazing. I did not leave it and go, oh, I can't stop thinking about how great this movie is. No. I thought it was all right. I thought it was a good movie. But to me, it seemed a lot like a movie I saw in the 90s. If you saw From Dusk to Dawn, give me a 1 in the comment section. Dusk to Dawn, it was a Rodriguez joint. Quentin Tarantino wrote the screenplay. It was in a club, a nightclub. It had the brother. It has the brother from Heat. That brother, man. Damn. It's a Latino dude that be in a lot of shit in a lot of action movies. He was in it. What's the guy? George Clooney was in it. You remember the movie? It was Selma Hayek was in it. It was a good movie, right? But I'm gonna be real, man. I like the 95 version better. And I know this is a little bit different. I know that Sinners is not exactly the same, but the vampires that were in the Rodriguez joint from the 90s, I just thought it was better. I'm gonna be honest with you. And if you go watch that movie and then watch Sinners, you'll be like, hey, you know that Ryan Coogler had to know about this movie before he made his movie. That's all. That being said, I like Sinners. That doesn't mean Sinners shouldn't win, because I didn't see all the other movies it's up against. But if it doesn't win, I will not be like, oh no, how could it not win? Because like I said, it was not amazing. Now, that means if other people saw other movies and they said, oh shit, this was amazing, this is the best movie I've seen, you can't fault them, because it's possible. Because I did not have that feeling after seeing Sinners. Now, maybe you saw Sinners and you were blown away. Maybe you saw Sinners and you said, this is amazing, I love this shit. It's the best movie I've seen all year, hands down. I don't think you felt that way. At least I didn't feel that way. Part of the problem with Sinners was everyone kept saying this was a movie that was going to make you feel that way. And once it did not make me feel that way, that let me down. I thought it was one of the best movies I've seen. One of the best black movies I saw this year. That movie I saw, I'm Him or whatever, Sinners was better than that. No question. But Him is not nominated, is it? It is what it is. All right, that's it. That's what I got. That's my opinion on it, man. I'd like to know your opinion. Did you see Sinners? Do you really think it was a top 10 movie? Was it 10 out of 10 or was it 8 out of 10? I think it was like an 8. 7.5 to 8. That's all I could give it. I'm going to be honest. I watch a lot of movies. I consider myself sort of a movie buff, right? And I cannot go higher than 8. I cannot go higher than 8. Does that mean you deserve 16 Academy Awards? Probably not. If you get one, good. I don't want to hear people say, oh God, it only got one. If it got one, everybody should be very happy. Because I do not think it's worth 16. I can't imagine. In fact, if it got 16 awards, I say the whole system is rigged. But if it got 1 or 2, I'd be like, okay, that's a good night. Because to me, it was just good, bordering on very good. That's it. Good, kind of very good at some points, not great. But the competition, what's that saying, fam? Don't judge me compared to perfection. Judge me based on the competition. So you got to judge it based on the competition. And that's where I can't judge it based on competition because I haven't seen the competition. That makes sense? What do y'all think, fam? I know, man. Let me have it. If you're upset, if you disagree, whatever it is, it's cool. It's just an opinion on a movie. I'll let you know what other people think. I'll probably watch it for Halloween this year. Probably. See what I'm saying? Probably. That does not sound like I can't wait. It's amazing. Mission Impossible was the best movie last year. David Johnson, I didn't even watch the joint. There it is. The system is rigged. There it is. I agree. The system is rigged. My bad. It was a great concept on Mississippi, the Indians chasing a vampire, and knowing the information. It was really good. Okay, and you know what? Hey, look, no shade at all. No shade. The system is rigged. Look who we have for president. Enough said. Boss Player 94. Allegory was the most important thing in Sinners. Okay. I'll take that too. I'll take it, man. Death Till Dawn rely more on star power than depth of meaning and story. Valuable to some. I just enjoyed it as a movie. I was going to keep it real. It kind of blew me away. You know what I'm saying? Back in 94, 5, whatever that was, it kind of blew me away, man, as far as vampire movies. But it's so similar because it's a club, because it was all of a sudden it's overrun by vampires, special effects, all that. But you know, it's a different time. I accept that though, fam. That one brother. I feel you, fam. Great show. Hey, thank you to Fall Guy. I appreciate you, fam. Different perspective. What we got here, fam? Sinners is a much deeper, thoughtful film than Tarantino's film. Yeah, I agree with that. It was deeper. Definitely deeper. Yeah, it was deeper. Danny Trejo. That's it, fam. That's it, fam. That's what's up. You know what it is. Yeah. Antonio Banderas. Yo. Nah, Danny Trejo. That's it. Harvey Keitel. George Clooney. Quentin Tarantino. That wasn't Hilary Swank. Who was that? It was a woman in that's always in these movies. It's been in a lot of movies. The vampire joint. Someone said fair. Someone said one. Elizabeth liked it. Oh, Elizabeth said I liked it, but not great. Yeah, I liked it too. Fam. I hear you, and I have to agree. I think it was a great movie, and I definitely think it deserves some awards, but not best film. There you go. And if it gets some awards, that's a good day. That's a good night. A damn good night. Spike Lee has been hella sus recently. Yeah. Hey, man, I think they say when you get Spike Lee is about 70, right? When you get about 70, the brother had a hell of a run. Maybe it's just he's thinking about his legacy, his kids. I don't know anything about Spike's personal life. But Dr. Cornel West came on the show and doing one of our conversations. Dr. West said to me, Tim, because I was talking about John Lewis. Representative John Lewis, is something that happened. And I said, John Lewis, these people did not go to the bat for us in their later years. And Cornell, Dr. West, said something to the extent of, the John Lewis at 70 is not the John Lewis at 30. You know what I'm saying? And you said, time changes people. And, something to that extent. And it happens to everyone. Everyone changes. So look, as I get older, I'm aware. It's sort of like was letting me know. You know what I'm saying? Because Dr. West is not. He can get a little bit of age on him too, and he was letting me know, Tim, you're getting older too, brother. You know what I'm saying? You got to at some point pick your battles, because you got a lot of people riding on you, depending on you. You know what I'm saying? So look, I don't know. I don't want to condemn Spike Lee. He was riding in the forefront. I mean, he gave us Malcolm X. He gave us Hurricane. Nobody else gave us those two movies. Would they have preferred Spike give us something less revolutionary than Malcolm X? I'm pretty sure Hollywood would have preferred it. But he did it any damn way, fam. He did it anyway. But yeah, maybe he's not the same guy he was. Screw the Oscars. Sinners deserve a Leroy Award. Man, see, I got the right people that really watch the show, you know what I'm saying? A Leroy Award, yeah. Hell yeah. Tubi Award. No, it was good. It was good. Who's the big guy that plays in Sinners, man? Now, we all know Michael B. Jordan. We all know Delroy Lindo. Much respect. Right? The sister that played opposite of Michael B. on point. But the big guy that plays in that, he also played in that movie, Tommy Gray. The Life and Time, The Last Days of Tommy Gray. It's an Apple joint with Samuel Jackson. Man, this guy is quietly becoming one of my favorite actors. Quietly becoming one of my favorite actors. He also did a show with The Rock, I think it was. It was a show, I forget the name of it. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Big guy. He was in 8 Mile. Yeah, that's my guy right there. I met Dr. West when I worked at Minneapolis St. Paul Airport a long time ago, no doubt. He good people, man. He probably mad at me right now. There it is. Give it up for Jorge. There you go. Yeah, you talking about Pork Chop. Yeah, that's my guy right there. I like Pork Chop, yo. Did y'all see Tommy Gray? The Last Days of Tommy Gray with Samuel Jackson. That's a good movie too, fam. Yeah, he played a good role. And there's a young lady that played in that series. She's solid too. Yeah. Pork Chop. Omar Benson is his name. Give it up for Miss Green up in the building. Thank you, Miss Green. All right, man, look. That's a good note to end on, fam. I appreciate you. Omar Benson, but it's MS Green. Omar's a guy. I don't know. Look, Omar Benson, damn, what am I talking about, fam? I'm tripping. You know what? It's time to go. Omar Benson is the actor's name. Of course, the person who commented is Miss Green. Thank you, Miss Green. I appreciate you. Look, y'all, I'm done. I must be getting tired. Look, it's been a hell of a night, man. I want to thank everybody that tuned in to the show tonight, man. I appreciate y'all. It's going to be cold as hell. It's going to be a lot going on in the DMV over the next couple of days. They say a lot of snow is coming. We'll see. I did what I needed to do. Everybody be safe. Everybody take care of yourselves. Don't forget where to go. Go to TimberlakeTV.com to find out more information about the show. It is what it is. I think today was a good, successful night. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're on a subscriber. Turn on all notifications. Everybody be safe. Now remember, this is the most dangerous show in America. Why? Because we tell the damn truth. All right. What else? Have a good week. I see you Sunday if the power works. If the power's working, we'll be back Sunday at 9:30 p.m. I'm sorry, not Sunday. Monday. Damn. We'll be back Monday. We do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. My bad. No more Sunday show. I'll be back Monday. Hopefully, the power will be working on Monday. That's it. Stay courageous. Stay bold. Stay dangerous. Everybody's got reasons for doing what they do. I'm an open book. Here goes my reasons for doing what I do. Nothing but love, Wolfpack. Thank you for being members of the Wolfpack. Go to jointimberlake.com. Become a member.
Now, there you go.
It is.